folks, let's power our minds with some juicy delicious programming knowledge, and today we start with a really important concept called methods. So let's jump straight to it. So what do we know already about the methods? Well, basically what we know that everything starts with the main method. So we know already what main method does, right? And we also know that the methods are kind of like activities which are working in Java. So let's jump straight into the structure of the methods. Well, basically, firstly you declare the visibility, which we will talk about anyway later, which is basically can be public, protected, private, or default. Afterwards, you declare always the static or not static, which basically means that you can write the static word or not. We will talk about it also separately. Afterwards, you declare the type of the method, which also is split up, which we will also talk about, and then you give the name. After that, you have the parameters which you give in, and then basically the code is declared. So I prepared some examples for us to see them a little bit closer. Well, firstly, I declared the visibility as public. Firstly, to know for you guys, you can also delete this one, and then the Java will take the default as a visibility, because you can write default by yourself, but actually the Java will just take the default one as automatic one. Once again, we will discuss that in separate video. It makes sense to discuss that as soon we have discussed basically the classes also. The next step which we have done is we've declared the method as static, and here is the first difference which we have. We have one method which is void method, another one is the return value method. The void method, guys, is basically doing something. So it's like an activity which is doing something, but it's not returning any value. I know it sounds stupid for the beginning, but I will explain to you that in one example now. As the next step, I declare the name of the method, and as the last step, I declare the parentheses. In the parentheses, the parameters which need to be passed to be able to code something. So let's start firstly with the void method, where we have the data type int declared, which is called sum, and we add actually the number 1, number 2, number 3. So where are these numbers passed? Basically in the parameters. That's what the parameters are about. So basically you put possibilities for the method, for the activity, or put possibilities which your method can work with. And that's what we do here. We basically pass 4 integers, and there should be only integers, no strings, no other data types allowed, because we declared specifically that there are ints and they will be worked on. Now you see in the method that there is a sum where we work with 3 numbers, and then additionally we subtract the number 4, and basically then we, in the method itself, in this method here, we print out the sum. Pay attention, if we now run the program, nothing will happen. Why? Because we still didn't declare anything in the main method. So if we want to run this method, we actually need to declare this method in the method of main method. So it's kind of confusing, I know, but basically what we need to do here, we need to write now 4 numbers which Java will work on. So let's write some numbers, and the last one should be like 70. So if we now have this method written in the main, it should work. And basically what will be done is this calculation, plus it will be printed out something on the console. So let's run it, and you see the difference is 13. So basically we now calculated the difference between these 4 numbers. Let's now jump straightly to the return value method. And basically the structure is quite the same, just one difference which is really big. So the static visibility is as a default declared, and here we have the return value, and we declare that as a string. So what you can write here is the return data type. Basically you can write here basically the int, you can write here also a double, and that's the value which will be actually like returned. But we choose now the string, so I can show you what I mean by that. So you see also we declared also as a parameters 2 strings, which will that Java will work on. And you see that I declared in the method an additional string which is called to deliver, and that's what we will deliver. So basically what we do here is we putting this 2 text which we passed into 1. So basically we are adding from 2 sentences, we are creating 1, or like maybe from 2 sentences we are creating a text, maybe like that. And for return method, it's really important that we use the term return, which is basically means it returns the data type, or it returns the calculation. But what does that mean exactly? Well, take a look what I do now in the main method. Basically I know that my concatenating strings method will require 2 strings. So what do? I write 2 texts. My name is, like for example, John. And you see that Java requires for me the second statement because it's not enough to write one text. It requires two, not more, not less. So basically we can write the second text, what's up. And well, now you expect maybe that something will happen, but if you run the program, you will see that the first method is executed. But why? Because we delivering the value. So basically the value is delivered here as soon we write this method in the main method, but it's not printed. So what we need to do here is actually we need to run system.out.println. In the parentheses, we need to declare this method so it will be printed. So delivered result from here will be printed out in the system.out.println. Take a look and you see it worked. So guys, let's summarize. The first thing which we need to know that there are two kinds of method types, void method and the return value method, where we can put actually not only the string but all kind of data values, and explicitly this kind of data value can be delivered only, and then only the method will work. Also the methods are basically created to break the big tasks into small tasks. And what you need to know also that for the method to work, you also need to know that you need to follow the structure. So basically you need to declare the visibility or just leave it. You should declare always possibly the visibility. That would be the better way. Then you also need to declare if it's static or not, which we will also talk about in the next videos. Then you declare also the type of the method, which we just recently talked about. You declare the name and you put the parameters. Afterwards, you start the coding. And what we didn't talk about is the syntax of the method. And as you see, method contains of the parentheses where we have the parameters. And also after that, we have this signs, which actually that includes the whole code which actually the method should contain. So pay attention also that the main method is somewhere starting and somewhere ending. The same principle is also here in our methods void method and also in our return value method. And please don't bother yourself with these signs where we are going into the direction of the class, what the class is. This will come up in the next videos. Alright guys, we are heading now to the question round, and the question for today is, what do you expect on the console if we print out this method? Please leave your comment. Also do not forget to give your suggestion in the comment area, what kind of questions we should discuss in the next video, and the best question will be chosen in the next video. Please let me know what you think about this video, this channel. If you feel connected to the Power Nation, please subscribe. And also do not forget to check out my video description, where I have monthly challenges for my subscribers. Of course, you can win something, and you can also benefit from additional video suggestions from other channels, for example, also books, codes, and exercises. Thank you for your time, guys. You are now hopefully got powered up with the knowledge.